There is no method to my madness. Hey there guys, I'm Doug with Two Rebels Off Grid. Keri is off visiting the relatives. She's going to be gone for a few days. There's that saying, when the cat is away, the mice will play. This just simply means that I'm giving you a unstructured video today. It's been a while. We haven't been videoing because we haven't really had anything to videotape, really. We've been working hard. We've been working like madmen. We've been doing all sorts of small things, but nothing warranting a video. Maybe some people would have seen that stuff as interesting, but let's make this clear, guys. This trailer, our gypsy camp, as some might want to call it, is temporary. We do not plan on living in that trailer or our little, this is where we live right now, guys. We don't plan on living here forever. We're not camping out and being, we're not here to live like this forever. We have plans, but we cannot just start working on the house immediately, right? There's things that need to be done. We just finished our Zone 5 security fence, which we felt was very important because we have the food, we have the water, we have the safety of shelter, and we have our security. So we felt that we needed to put a outer perimeter fence first. Priority, keep out animals, keep out unwanted people, nosy bodies, stuff like that, right? And now it's time to get moving on other things. I've been up there, up on the rock, pounding away up there, doing secretive stuff. Not illegal though, just secretive stuff. I'm not gonna reveal that stuff till much later. And I've been putting in swales, berms, working on trail systems around here. Things that I think will benefit us while we're working on the house, managing water systems for when monsoon comes around next year, so we won't have the issues that we had last year. We did move here and we had serious monsoon washes, wiping out roads, all that good stuff. We were on our own, guys. Nobody really helped us with that. It was not fun, but we got through it. And this year I plan on, because I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys tell me in the comments below that, you really need to work on your water systems, like this one here. This one here is going to be the waterfall I talked about, managing water runoff. So I guess we could say that this video might be on the topic of water. I think I'm gonna touch upon that because there is a project I plan on working on today. But with all watersheds, you start from the top. You start from the top, guys. That's a big mountain. We're not working up that high, but we have to deal with all that watershed that comes off of that big guy. But it is our responsibility to deal with the hill here and make sure that whatever water comes down, we manage it so we can benefit from it. It will increase our water harvesting, and it will also keep destruction down, right? So that's kind of on my top priority. I know a lot of people, and we included, we wanted to get this little construction camp site going first. Like I said, it's only temporary. It's not going to be here forever, guys. But we needed to have that so we had a home base to work from. So while we can't work on the house at the moment, I am going to work on swales and berms and things upon this property that will benefit us. I'll be able to use the ponds that I plan on putting here for irrigating trees and shrubbery and the likes, and maybe in the future irrigation for livestock. But this home site is just temporary, like I said. I have to emphasize that. So today, I guess I got to get on Bonnie. I got her stuck the other day. She was stuck for about 2 hours in a wash. I tried to get her out and it wasn't happening. And the grader in the back actually had bogged down and dug in so deep. I'm really lucky I got her out of there. But she's sitting here waiting for me to jump aboard and get working. Let's get back to that watershed I was talking about. So you always want to start from the top and work your way down, right? You're going to start with ponds on the top. Short ponds, they collect water, release water, go downhill, and as it goes downhill, your water gains more forces. So it's better to manage them while they're still gently trickling up at the top. And then as you come downstream, you want more extreme measures in place for your water harvesting. So I'm going to go to the top of a wash, and I'm sure you guys have seen it plenty of times if you've been watching these videos. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to work on one. It's a reverse culvert, so it's basically, instead of having water go through a pipe, there's bedrock there, so you can't put pipe into the bedrock. So I'm working on an alternative system which enables the water to run over the road without washing it off. So this requires me to get my butt moving. And so let's get to it, guys. Alrighty, so as promised, I'm up here, wash. This is our first major wash, and there's our property line. So we can't obviously do anything past that. We have to stay within this property with any of our interventions. If you can see up on the hill, that is quite the hill. A lot of water comes down that, comes down. It'll probably actually use this road as part of its runoff, but we plan on putting swales and berms up there too. Actually, I've already carved a swale up there to cut off half the water coming down the hill. But I didn't bring you here for that. I brought you here to show you what we're going to do here. So here's our wash. I got my level contour tool, and we are going to go ahead and find level around this and build it up. But enough talking, let's get to this. Avoiding snakes. Where I put these flags at, I'm going to build it up with rock. And I won't put any mix of concrete or anything in this because the silt that you see in this wash is actually going to fill any porous areas of this dam that I make, and eventually it'll solidify. And like everything else, we gotta follow contour, right? Make our life easier. Madness. I'm telling you, madness. So what I've been doing for the past couple hours is digging this wash down about 1.5 feet. I put some rough sketched rock right here. That's going to be my first step down, slow down waterfall. And I put banks on this side, banks on this side. And now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to go back up on the hill. I'm going to look for some big rocks. I'm going to look for some big rocks, and we're going to build a minor waterfall here, and we are going to backfill this rebar here with some stone just to keep it from undercutting. Hopefully it works, guys. I'm just kind of guesstimating at this stuff, but then I'm going to come back with flat rocks on top of this too. So it'll step down, fill up this pond, step down again, come over the road, and it should be a little slower than it was before, but we'll get on to it. It's kind of really important to make sure that this is level before we backfill, and that these are higher banks than this, because we want all the water to fill up the pond and then gently spill over. So I'm just going to throw in rocks until this baby's full, and then we will continue on. And the rebar will kind of hopefully hold back the water from ripping them out and sending them downstream. But it is quite possible that it will still get blown out. But we gotta try, right? And this rebar kind of acts as a guide for me to maintain levelness, because I know that if I come up over the top of the rebar that I'm past, then I'm starting to be a little off. And disclaimer, if you copy what I'm doing and the entire world floods around you, I am putting out that disclaimer saying it's not my fault. Don't follow a madman and his ways. Unless you trust me or something like that, it's a different story. And I put some head rocks also to keep it from deteriorating a bit on the back side. One last thing. All right, that was a lot of work for 2 days. Yep, it took me 2 days to do this, guys. But we have concluded. I'm gonna just show you kind of what I did, give you an illustration. So like I was speaking in the last video, I had to bring banks around here. I put in a gabion wall, and just for looks, I put in little corner posts, and when the water does come over this edge, it's gonna have a tendency to splash, right? So I put these big rocks here, pretty hefty rocks. And you saw me seeding this out, right? I took wild grass seed and I sprinkled it. I'll probably do more some other time, but that was just for a demonstration. Wild grass seeds will turn out just like out there, right? We're gonna have all that clinging, all this mass together. It'll cling the sand, it'll cling the rocks together, and that forms a very strong bond for when there's water pressure. So this is not a dam. It is made to release water over the top, over the spillway, but I did dig down for a pond. So when it rains here, it'll fill up to that edge instead of just going right over the road or damaging the road. And before it gets to that point though, I put a secondary mediocre waterfall here, just a break, and took out a few scoops of soil, sand out of the back, just so they'll have a little sink to hit, and then it'll come over this rock, and then it will come up against this. And I don't expect all these rocks to stay here. I don't expect all the sand to stay here, but when it does come through here and does the first initial damage, I will be able to check it out and see what I need to fix. I guess I could have came out more with this one over here, but you know, it's going to come up to the height of this lip. It'll come all the way around here and no longer just crash through the road. Now the road, I'm still going to grade it up so that it is almost level with those white stones that you saw up front there. But I think it turned out pretty good. Kind of like what I've been visualizing. But yeah, so that's the pond. It's as level as I can make it. You notice I stopped here and I stopped here. That's because the water can go out farther and then come back in here. So if it does fill up, I'm not worried about it because these hills on the sides are just as high as this bank. Like I said, I'm going to grade more rock down here, and I'm going to plant this road out with grass seed too, because eventually I want this road to be a 2-track road. I don't want it to be a solid road like it is right now. I want it to have like a Jeep trail basically, but without all the bumps. So my next project is, I don't know when I'll film this, but my next project is to, from that little bump here, put a stone wall. Similar to what I did here, but not so vigorous, because I want this to fill up with water once it crosses over this road. I want it to come down here into my property, fill up a pond, fill up another pond, cross over the road, dump down here, fill up another pond, go over that one, and continue down the wash. But see, if I can get these to hold water, even for a day or two, I can put a pump in there and I can pump water to trees and stuff. And that's the other thing you might want to consider if you do something like this, is planting trees, because now this is going to get a lot more moisture than it's usually accustomed to. So guys, I think that I'm going to leave this video where it's at, and we'll call this a done project. There's still be some tweaks on it, but if you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, go ahead and hit the like button at the bottom. Looks like a thumb. And remember, most of those other channels, you're just wasting time, so you might as well just put all of your focus into this channel. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. We'll see you next time.